the video. If you've been here before, thanks for coming back. If this is your first time, welcome. That's about all I got to say about that. But, so we always hear fight like you train, train like you fight, you know, in many variations of those things. And this is kind of what that looks like. I'd have a plate carrier on, and my trusty helmet and things like that. I'll set that down. It's a little awkward if you're not wearing it. And, you know, we think that we got to train like this. Got my war belt on. I'm ready to go. Gonna master my reloads from my war belt and all that other stuff. And that's just not... See, I just found a flaw in my belt. That's just not the case. Alright? This is fun. This is great. Everybody likes putting on Cry Precision. It's awesome. I love it. I love wearing my war belt. I got all kinds of cool guy stuff on here. I got a Safariland holster. I got my Cobra buckle. Woohoo! If you don't have a Cobra buckle, you're not cool. I got my tacos. I got my P-mags with my super sweet ammo in them. I got my med kit. I got my tourniquet. And I got my dump pouch. Awesome! Who the heck has all this with them all the time? And why? Like, I don't cruise around with this stuff in my trunk. Alright? This belt doesn't sit in my trunk. Alright? It's not practical. Because if something happens where you are, you got to get back to your equipment. Alright? Generally, we're carrying this somewhere else. Okay, so this, while cool and all, you can go to all your classes and go to your carbine courses, get all decked out, but I'm going to tell you right now, you're living a pipe dream if you think this is how you're going to end up fighting. Because it's ridiculous. About half the firefights I got into in Iraq and Afghanistan, I didn't even have all my equipment with me because we weren't ready. I was walking to the chow hall and somebody attacks one of our walls and we have to run over the wall and defend. And we usually had a rifle with a mag, usually on the buttstock, but some of our camps, we went full condition red because of where we were. And I'd always carry an extra mag or two in my pockets. That's about half the firefights I got into. And so it's unrealistic to think that this is how you're going to fight. So let's change it up, and I'll show you how I think and I feel that you are going to end up fighting. I think this is how you're going to end up fighting. You may not have this. I'll show you what this is in a minute. But you're going to be in plain clothes. There's nothing weird about what I got going on here. You're going to go out to the store, something's going to happen. You're going to be in a fast food restaurant, something's going to happen, because if you're a steward of your environment, meaning I'm looking out for what's around me, then you're not going to put yourself in a compromising position willingly. You're a fool if you do, but I don't think most people will. As long as you're watching what's going on, getting the feel for the people and stuff going on around you, I don't think you're going to put yourself in that situation. So, generally speaking, you're going to be in street clothes. You're going to have your primary carry. So, I carry Glock 19 with an extended mag and an extra mag in one of my pockets, usually my back pocket, because it's really fast and really easy to get to. I'll show you what I carried in a minute, but there's lots of different options. And so, one of my options, because I do travel quite a bit, not for work or anything like that, I get bored. One of the things I bought a 5.11 little pack here, and my pistol fits in the back of this. Now, if I fly somewhere, I can't take it like this, obviously, 100%, don't ever try to take something on a plane, but I have to put this in a lock case in baggage. And so I'll travel with that and my luggage and all that good stuff. But just in this pocket alone, I've got a multi-tool inside of a little compression pouch. I've got my Glock 19, and then a mag that I didn't seat properly, and an extra mag. And it's got a little Velcro piece in there to hold it. On the front side of this, I've got gloves for medical emergencies and a nasal airway. And back here, it's really actually 2 M4 pouches, magazine pouches. I've got trauma shears. I've got a tourniquet. I've got a trauma dressing, gauze, needle for chest decompression, ace wrap, and a marker to mark somebody if I've had to put a tourniquet on them. It's pretty compact. Let me zip it up so you can actually see how compact it is. I mean, it's not very deep. That's it. It's not very heavy. It's actually quite comfortable, and there's still quite a room left in this thing. You can reconfigure the strap here to go to the side on this loop on both sides. So this one's on the side here, and there's a top one here. And so it's pretty nice. I don't mind it. It's not my primary, like, all the time carry, but if I'm traveling, I do like to take this because then I can take the scissors and the needle and my gun and stuff out and my multi-tool, put it in my luggage, and I can still carry this on the plane for any necessities I have, batteries, battery chargers, things like that. I always carry an extra battery for my cell phone that I can plug in, things like that, because that's part of preparedness. The other thing I do is, obviously, conceal carry. Let me throw this over here. Conceal carry, and so people are like, well, how do you conceal carry with that? Well, it's not too hard, it just depends on what you're rocking. And so I've got back here, I think that's an Uncle Mike's. Yeah, it's a limb saver, sorry. It's a limb saver. I actually got this at Walmart. It's like it's a rubberized material. You heat it up, put your gun in it, let it sit for a little while. It's okay, except that I already broke a clip. These clips suck. You could put the clips on the outside and wear it inside the waistband or outside the waistband with the clips currently where they're at on the back side. It's okay, but it's a hard draw. It gets kind of sticky, pulls it out. And so that one's not too bad. Rock that for a little while. Let's see what else I got here. Oh. I've got an alien gear right here. I probably carried this for the longest amount of time. I don't mind the leather against the skin. It is a very large piece. I mean, I wear a size 44, yeah, 44 regular suit, and this is how big this is. It's a good size. 2 belt clips here and here. You can move them up and down. There's 3 adjustments for each one, and then that also allows you to change the cant. I've carried this appendix. I've carried it at my 3. I've carried it at a little bit like the 5 o'clock position. It does everything okay. I know Alien Gear had something on their website, so I originally bought this for the Springfield XD because I used to carry that. If you get a new gun, you can send this back, the Kydex piece, and they'd send one for your gun, your current gun. And I haven't done that because my 19 fits in here just fine. It doesn't really change anything. Rocked this probably 2 years. It's not too bad. And then let's see here. You got your standard Kydex type stuff that will paddle holster, things like that. I'm not going to go over the ins and outs or goods and bads about open carry. I don't mind it. I live in Colorado right now, and you can open carry. I sit here with my Glock on my hip next to some hippie smoking weed, and everybody's happy. Nobody cares. But moving down to Texas, I got to get a permit to open carry, and it's actually not as socially acceptable down there, but it's okay. I don't really mind that. And so concealed carry is generally the best way to go anyways. That's a debate you guys can have with yourselves and what works best for you guys. And then my favorite right now, oh nope, my bad. Another one I rocked. This is a DeSantis. I think it's called the Tuck It or something like that. It's a nylon, like fabric holster. It's got a stretchy mag compartment on the outside here. And then as you can see, if I put it in, my belt goes about right here, but it has some room. I can actually tuck a shirt in with this. Pretty handy sometimes. When I go to church and things like that, sometimes I'll use this. I don't love this holster. It's not very comfortable. It's kind of thin. It's pretty flexible, as you can see. So there's no rigidity to it at all. If they would have put something for rigidity on the inside maybe, where it's set up against you, this would have been a much better option. But when I was first starting off, I've had this for a long time. It still looks brand new. So there's that. But it's okay. You can adjust the cant and stuff like that. It's okay. Right now, as we speak, and I'm about to show you what my favorite holster is right now. I've got some more. I've got another one coming in after I move. I have to order it after I move. Let me just 100% clarity on that one. I'm ordering one from T-Rex Arms. I think it's called the Sidecar. It takes 5 weeks to get, but we move in 3.5, so I'm not going to order it just yet. But the one I like right now is the Haley Strategic Incog. I love this thing. The attention to detail, how smooth the gun is inserted and pulled out. I can tension this up a little bit. I can adjust my clip just a little bit. I can kind of tuck in a shirt with it. It's not the best. It is a little thicker than some of the Incog holsters or that you would carry appendix carry. But you change your posture, you change the way you dress just a little bit, and it'll hide everything. I just untucked the shirt just a tad bit, just kind of puffs it out right there. Makes me look like I have a little bit of a gut, but some of us do. It's okay. It's covered in a suede type material. I don't know what it is. I didn't do any research, and if you've seen my videos, you know I don't script anything, so I didn't look it up. I'm just telling you what I like about it. The inside of the holster looks like it's been polished. Like, it is super slick. The gun goes in, it clicks in every single time. There's no doubt. It's an easy draw. It's easy to carry. Doesn't get in the way. And if I need to take my gun off while I'm in my car, which I don't necessarily have to do, so I put my seatbelt put my seatbelt behind it, and then I untuck my shirt and tuck it behind it so it's easier to get to. And before I get out, boom, remove the seatbelt, and I'm good to go. But if I do have to take it out, I literally just reach over the gun, pull the clip, and it comes right out. And so I've had this. I got this for a gift at Christmas from a good friend of mine, and he used them in the group that he's in, and they loved them. And so he bought me one for Christmas because he loved it so much. He thought he'd share his knowledge and his experience with me, so I do appreciate that. But right now, that's what I'm rocking. And all that to say, find what works best for you. You're going to go through a lot of holsters. You're going to hate a lot of them. You're going to like some of them. You're going to compromise on almost everything. Everything has a compromise. You have to be okay with what compromise you make, because it's your decision, it's your life, and the life of somebody else, to include your loved ones, that may be at stake if you choose the wrong thing. And that's a big responsibility. I think personally, choosing a holster is as important, if not just a little bit more important, as to what kind of gun. Because if you're a shooter, you can shoot. It doesn't matter. And you may have preferences, but that's going to fall into the holster line as well. And so figure out what your preference is. Buy a holster that fits that preference that you think. When you get it, if you love it, keep rocking it. Then when you find a flaw with it, because you will, I don't care what it is, you will find a flaw with it, get rid of it and get a new one. Or keep it and get a new one. Heck, I don't know. Because there's sometimes some of those holsters work when I'm wearing jogging pants, or when I'm wearing shorts, because I wear shorts like all the time, even in the winter, I don't care. And some of them work with my shorts. Or I just rock the bag. Everything's situational. I live in Colorado Springs, where there's 5 military bases. I could rock what I was wearing earlier, all full freaking multicam, and nobody would think twice about it. But when I move down to the Houston area, people are going to look at me kind of weird, or they're going to think I'm a cop or something. And so I want to be incognito. All right, I want to be covert, not overt. I don't want people to know my agenda. I don't want people to know what I'm doing. And by doing so, I have to choose the right holster to hide my gun the best, that I can still draw, that I can still reholster. I got to find a way to carry a magazine, and I have to be able to be proficient with that. Given that, I'm also thinking ahead. I've ordered a airsoft gun, and yeah, whatever. I don't want to hear it. Put it in the comments, and I'll snap back at you a little bit. But you know, I could train right here in my basement if I would have bought an airsoft gun many months ago, and I should have done it. And I could practice my holstering and things like that. Because if you practice holstering, I don't care how many times you clear a gun, one day, there's going to be a bullet somewhere that you didn't expect, you didn't see, you didn't check, something. But if I'm practicing with that airsoft gun, because I have a Glock 19, I can get the exact replica in an airsoft, everything works with it, to include my lights. And so, anyways, I'm going to do another video about that later, but find what works for you, find what works best, because this is most likely how you're going to fight. You're going to go to the Walmarts and have, you know, be in this and flip-flops, or whatever you call them in your region of the country, and you're going to have to get in a gunfight. You better be ready. You know, you're not going to go in full camo and plate carrier and belt. Somebody tried that already and they got arrested. So don't do it. Alright? And so just be smart about what you're doing. Make decisions based off your need. Stop watching Navy SEAL prefers, or Navy SEAL shows you this on YouTube. Like, nobody gives a shit. Like, get over it. Alright? That Navy SEAL isn't you. I appreciate the experience they're trying to bring to you, but they're also trying to bolster their brand. And you got to remember that stuff. Okay? Not a Navy SEAL, not a Special Forces guy. I was just an Army medic for 16 of my 20 years, infantry before that. But that doesn't make me uniquely qualified in your situation. Only you are qualified to make decisions for your situation, unless you hire me to come in, which I don't do, and analyze your life, analyze your situation, analyze your security risk and your threats and all that. I mean, that's ridiculous, because it would cost thousands of dollars and lots of time and a lot of intrusion into your life. And nobody wants to do that. And so make your decision, stick with it, be prepared to make changes, and run with those changes as needed, and train your ass off, even if that includes airsoft. And with that, stay tactical.